Today on The Struggling Guitarist, I'm going to struggle through Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring. I'll see you there. Ooh. Now this song is like a time machine back to the 90s. Just imagine dial-up internet, frosted tips in your hair, and online chat rooms. Okay, maybe I don't miss it that much, but some of it was epic, and this song was one of them. So this song is not only amazing, but the theme of it, along with White Nerdy by Weird Al Yankovic, may possibly be kind of my theme songs, especially when it comes to guitar. Yeah, I may not totally get it, but I'm trying as hard as I can. So in this case, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to attempt to do it proud. Let's get started. So let's move on to the pre-verse. And the pre-verse basically sets the stage for the entire groove of the song. So today, we're going to be working with a 3-finger power chord. And in this case, we're going to start up here on the 5th string, 2nd fret, with our index. Our ring finger is going to be on the 4th string, 4th fret, and we're going to cram in that pinky underneath for that 3rd string, 4th fret. Now, you always could do the 2-finger power chord, which are only these 2 fingers, and it'll work just fine. Doing this 3-finger power chord just adds a little bit of beefiness. Basically, what you're doing is you're adding the octave. This is a B, this is a B. Now, you could also, the way I naturally want to do it, is you could also lay down this ring finger, capturing these 2 strings, but you want to arch it enough that hopefully that you will mute that other string. I don't know. I'm a mess with that. I'm slop with the 3-finger power chord. I figured I'd try the 3-finger power chord version today because I would work on my accuracy of getting my fingers where they need to go. I figure I can learn from it. Do whatever feels nice for you and take it wherever you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in this position and we're going to strum twice. So just a heads up here, we're going to keep this same finger position for 99.999% of the song. So after strumming these 2, we're going to move up 1 string. So our index is now on the 6th string, the big E, and these are now on the 4th fret still, but the 5th and 4th strings. We're going to strum that once. We're going to scoot down those same strings till we're at the 5 and the 7s, and we're going to strum that once. We're going to go back to our original position, strum that twice, stay on these same strings. We're going to scoot up to the 7 and the 9s for 1 strum, and then down to the 5 and the 7s for 1 strum. Now this song is a 4/4, and we can count it in 8th note beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is syncopated. So this is going to be counted as 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Speed it up a little and make it continuous. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and whoop. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Now you could just stop there and move on with the next part, but we're going to get a little bit fancier here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the second part of that, where we're in this 2 and 4 position, and instead of going to the 7 and 9, we're going to slide up there. So it'll sound like And that's the one difference. Let's play it all through again. Ooh, I overshot it a little bit there. Let's bring it up to speed a little bit more. And like that, you're done with the pre-verse. Now on to the verse, which is actually the easiest part of the song. Awesome, because the next part is where it gets a little bit tougher. What we're going to do is we're going to take our index finger and we're going to hold down the 7th fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. And what we're going to do is we're going to play both these strings, and then we're going to staccato it. We're going to mute it with our, either by lifting our finger or muting with these fingers. I do a little bit of both. Basically, once again, we're going to still be doing 8th notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Honestly, that's it. You're just going to repeat that 7 times through, and on the 8th time, you're not going to play anything. You're going to rest for the entire bar. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. 8, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's move on. Now on to the chorus. The chorus is the trickiest part of this song by far, and for obvious reasons, it's also my sloppiest. So what we're going to do is remember that power chord shape. We're going to stay just like that. We're going to be up here on the 7 and 9 of the 6th string here, this big E string here. And we're going to play that twice on the 1 and the and to 2. 1 and 2 and. We're going to scoot down 1 string and scoot over 1 fret. So we're here at the 8 and the 10s. We're going to play that once. We're going to scoot up to the 9 and the 11s. Back down. Back up. So it's going to sound something like this. You're going to do that twice through. Then we're going to scoot on over to the 5 and the 7. Then we're going to play 2 strums on the 1 and the end of 2. Up 1 string to the 5 and the 7s there on 3. And then back down to the 5 and the 7s on that A string on 4. So we're going to stay on this 5 and the 7s on the A string, and we're going to play that on the 1. Then we're going to scoot up to the 7, 9 on the same strings, and we're going to play that on an and, 2, and the and. So that's going to sound like 1 and 2 and. Back down here and up. So together, those are going to sound like. Let's try that one more time. So why don't we go and put all that together? So we're up here on the 7 and 9s. Are you hearing it now? Let's speed it up. So we're going to repeat it for a second time, although we're going to make a change to the last bar. So instead of what we're going to do is we're going to start it with the same. Then we're going to scoot back down to the 7 and the 5s. Then back up to the 7, 9. Up to the 8 and the 10s. Back down to the 7 and 9. And back down to the 5 and the 7. Yeah, see, when I get up to speed, that's one of the places I really get sloppy. I really start to hose it. Because you can imagine, dun, 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 right? Then we'll repeat it again, but this time we're going to play it the first way we played it. So on the 4th time through, it changes yet again. What we're going to do is we're going to be on the 10 and the 12s of this A string, and we're going to play that for the 1 and the and of 2. We're going to scoot up to the big E here on the 10 and the 12s, and we're going to do that on 3, and back down to the A string and the 10 and the 12s on 4. Then we're going to scoot down to the 5 and the 7s on 1 and the end of 2. So we're going to play an open note on just the E. This is where it breaks the power chord rule. Then we're going to play this again on 4. So it's going to sound like. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoot up to the 7 and the 9s there on the big E. And we're going to play this for 9 counts, all the way through the 4th time, and then the first note of the next bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see, that's a lot. That's a lot to remember. So let's try just this last part again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, why don't we play the entire chorus? It was a lot to take in, so let's try it all. First thing is we're going to be up here on the 7 and the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. And like that, you're done with the chorus. Now for the last part, the outro. Basically, it's a modified version of the 4th time through of the chorus. Like the 4th part of that chorus, we're going to start up here on the A string and the 10 and the 12s here, and so we're going to scoot down and move up a string. So we're on the 5 and the 7 of the big E here. We're going to open up our finger. We're going to play an open E. And then play that, put it back down and play it again. Then we're going to scoot down to the 7 and the 9s. Then we're going to play 9 notes. 8th notes for 1 bar, and the first beat of the other bar. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So let's take that slow again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. And like that, you've learned Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Congratulations. Now let's go ahead and put all these parts together. Per usual, I'm going to do a shorter version. You don't want to listen to me play the whole thing. You've got the professionals for that. What I'm thinking is this is basically the original song order right here. You can see it's the same 3 or 4 parts. They're just played over and over and over again. What I'm going to do is something like this. This is the greatest hits section of this song, in my opinion. You have the pre-verse, which is the sound, the riff of this song. It is fantastic. Then we'll go into the verse, then the chorus, and then once again, because it's so awesome, we're going to do the pre-verse again, and we're going to cut out when it cuts out. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's get started. Oh. Whew, so much better, dog. Anyway, let's get started. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So thanks for helping me struggle through Pretty Fly for a White Guy today by The Offspring. Man, this is good stuff. Those power chords are awesome, but yikes, am I slop with them. Slop, 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 blah, yuck. Anyways, I truly appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on The Struggling Guitarist.
Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh.